So, welcome again. What is happening between Russia and Ukraine? The conflict between Russia and Ukraine traces back to 2014, when Russia annexed Crimea and backed separatist regions in eastern Ukraine, triggering a years-long struggle over Donetsk in February 2022. Russia launched a full-scale invasion from multiple directions under the stated goals of demilitarization and denazing. Ukraine, backed by NATO and the Western allies, resisted fiercely. Early Russian advances stalled around Kyiv, though they captured cities like Mariupol. Ukraine counterattacked. Later in 2022, reclaiming territory in Kharkov and Kherson. Though by 2023, Russian forces recaptured the initiative and returned to the offensive. This war became the bloodiest in Europe since World War II, with over 100,000 Russian casualties and tens of thousands of Ukrainian military and civilian deaths. In mid-2022, Ukraine launched a surprise offensive into Russia's Kursk Oblast, seizing several villages near but Russia eventually pushed back, reclaiming much of the incursion. In March 2025, Ukraine again struck Russian territory, targeting Belgorod region, surprising both sides with cross-border raids. On the Eastern Front, Russian forces have made momentum. After 16 months of fierce fighting, Russia claims to have captured Chasiv Yara, strategic town west of Bakhmut, its flag amidst ruins. Ukraine challenges the claim, calling it propaganda, but analysts confirm Russian advances continue to destabilize the fortress belt around key cities. Ukraine, meanwhile, has fended off a major recent Russian push, despite intense airstrikes using over 3,800 drones and nearly 260 missiles in July. Ukrainian drone forces struck back deep into Russian territory, including Rostov and Moscow regions. Western supports remain strong. Germany will send additional US-built Patriot air defense systems to Ukraine to counter Russia's surge in missile and drone raids. NATO and the US continue coordinating weapon deliveries through a joint mechanism to meet Ukraine's prioritized needs. On the diplomatic front, US President Donald Trump has issued a stern warning to Russia. Agree to a ceasefire by August 8th or face new sanctions targeting Russian. In response to Russian provocations from leaders like Dmitry Medvedev, referencing the dead-hand nuclear system, Trump ordered repositioning of U.S. nuclear submarines closer to Russian waters as a signal of deterrence. The Pentagon described the move as strategic signaling rather than military escalation. President Putin reiterated on August 1st that Russia is sticking to its war objectives and sees peace negotiations progressing only on its terms, giving no ground on Ukrainian demands. President Zelensky has proposed direct talks between himself and Putin, though Russia's commitment remains unclear. So who is winning? The front lines remain deadlocked. Russia has made tactical territorial gains, especially around Shishiv, Yarbat, at staggering manpower cost and a slowing pace. Ukraine's defenses hold in many key sectors, while its drone warfare, Western weapons, and civilian resilience continue to blunt Moscow's advances. Analysts say the war is not one side sweeping the other. Both suffer heavy tolls and territorial gains remain incremental. Ukrainians stressed that true victory would mean restoring full sovereignty and expelling Russian forces, while Russia seeks Ukraine's recognition of annexed territories. In short, the conflict remains deadly, protracted, and unresolved, with momentum shifting subtly, but no decisive win in sight. Thank you for watching.